So how was going back to work with basically a young woman now? You met her when she was extremely young. And
Yeah.
How, did you find her easier, or what have you found changed?
Well, I mean, it's hard to pinpoint because I mean, I've basically worked with Jen straight through from 2012 to now, right? My last 4 movies have all been with Jen. So, you know, we've been working together since she was about 20 years old or something. And so, I mean, clearly you change in those kinds of years, but you know, as an actress, she sort of has the same approach and has the same instincts and is still phenomenal. And, you know, as a person is relatively the same, you know. She has the same group of friends and, you know, loves her family, and she's the same Jen that I started to work with on Catching Fire.
Spy movies are very appealing. There's
Yes.
there's something sexy, special. There's something that's very cinematography.
Yeah.
Did you find that for Red Sparrow, reading the book, or it was a project that it was different for you to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something very different for me. I think that was part of the appeal coming off the Hunger Games, to do something completely different, and specifically something really different with Jen. That was very appealing. I mean, you know, I think there's a bit of sort of magic to spies in the spy world. I think people are always really interested in the idea of secrets and people that can keep secrets and people that can find out secrets. And, you know, it's a little bit like a magician. There's some illusion to it that I think is appealing to audiences, and I think that helps kind of draw people into the world of espionage.
Yeah, and for a spy movie, I found an incredible lack of technology. That surprised me.
Yeah, well, that's also, you know, part of what I liked about this story was that I thought it was a very unique story. It was not a story that glamorizes the spy world. You know, it's not like Bond or Mission Impossible where everything is sexy and beautiful and exciting, right? This is actually sort of the more brutal side of what that world can be like. But I also really liked how grounded it is. There's very few guns in the movie. There's very little technology in the movie. It's
floppy
really
disks.
about the people.
There were floppy disks.
Yes.
I found, they still exist.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, it's interesting to know. And we actually debated about having to put something in there because we knew people were going to talk about the floppy disks. But the Department of Defense and the CIA and places like that that have information that's important like to keep it on bigger things, and sometimes things that are outdated because they're harder to travel around, harder to conceal, because they don't like that kind of information on little thumb drives.
That was very funny.
Yes.
So, and then you have Joel Edgerton and
Yes.
Matthias Schoenaerts.
Yes.
They're very good looking.
Yeah.
So how was the interaction between the three of them? Three beautiful people on the set.
It was great. It was great. You know, Joel and Matthias weren't around each other. Their scenes were usually quite separate, so they weren't around each other very much. But everybody was great. I mean, you know, I got lucky because I got all my first choices in terms of the actors, and they're all phenomenal actors, and some of them are icons. But they're also great people, and so they were great people to make a movie with, and we all had a lot of fun.
The season of the Oscar is approaching. Do you have any favorite for this year?
Dunkirk was my favorite of last year. Dunkirk and Phantom Thread are they're my standouts for last year.